Good morning. This is the video newsletter for buysellshort.com for Sunday, May 10th. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there listening. But let's jump in here real quick. We're looking at the Dow 15-minute chart. Big move on the market on Friday. Yet again, the bears and shorts got trapped by what looked like a good setup for them. If we flip over to the daily real quick, on Thursday we had a bearish engulfing candle. That's when the high and the low of the candle on the red day engulfs the previous day's positive mood. So things looked pretty good for the bears and shorts going into Friday. And so, as has been the case for the last 10 weeks, the shorts got bent over a barrel and they jammed the market higher. Back to the 15-minute chart here, we broke out of yet another bearish falling wedge within this large, or bullish falling wedge within this larger rising wedge that's been in place. As you can note, we're starting to contract, especially over the last couple of weeks. The range is getting tighter and tighter as we move higher. And that raises a little bit of a caution flag. We're not going out and shorting yet, but that's just one thing to keep in mind. This will break one of two ways. We'll have a massive upside move. Odds of that are kind of low given the size of the move we've had, or we'll have a decent sized pullback, which we are due, but we're not going to try and guess because this chart's been built on shorts and longs trying to guess a retrace in the market and being wrong. Daily chart, as you can see, looking pretty good. We've got our eyes now. Next target would be the 200-day moving average. That is at 8,900. RSI still has a little bit of upside room. All the other indicators are positive. Stochastics is a little overbought. So, like I said, we're going to dance at the party, but we're dancing close to the door. US dollar broke down from its head and shoulders formation on Friday. Pretty big breakdown here. We broke the neckline and we broke the 200-day moving average here. Now, given that the dollar is oversold on a bunch of indicators and that currency markets are highly manipulated, we possibly could see a bounce back here. But just looking at this chart and action we're seeing in the commodities, the dollar is going lower near term and they're going to use that as an excuse to pump oil. Here's the WTIC oil contract. It's got its eyes on the 200-day moving average. That's at 66. We could see that this week, especially if the dollar continues to sell off early. SMH, actually rather weak the last couple of days. We broke through the 200-day moving average and the 20-day exponential. So we would need to see the SMH pop back green on Monday because, as you can see, since the March lows when tech started leading, anytime it broke through its 20-day, it's rebounded. So we'll be watching this pretty closely tomorrow. Volume has increased over the last 2 days on the sell side, so we definitely need to see a snapback here. Granted, given that tech has led a lot of this rally, other than the banks, I mean, tech stocks started this off before the banks. Some rotation into other sectors is to be expected. Let's jump into stock plays. Here we have Sirius, SIRI, reported earnings, their first ever decline in subscribers. No real surprise there given that cars aren't selling and they get their subscribers from new car sales. But we're back down to support. As you can see, the 200-day moving average has been rock solid resistance for this one. So if you're looking for a buy trigger on this one, a close above the 200-day moving average would be your next ad spot here, and that would be a close over 50 cents. It's probably going to consolidate like it has for the last couple of up moves and then explode higher in the near term. DSCO, we've been pretty patient on this biotech. My gut said this one was going to, something big was coming on Friday, and right before the close, actually about an hour before the close, they came out and announced that they raised $11 million selling shares. So that explains why the stock has been unable to break out despite the screaming buy chart over the last week. The finance crooks who did the financing were likely shorting every dip. Granted, the pricing that was done, given the supposed bad news on DSCO with the FDA, a 10% discount on the share pricing is not bad at all. And the fact that these guys were able to raise financing so quickly after this tank, this is not a stock we're going to walk away from. Support is at 71 cents here. It's snapped back above its pricing late on close. It was mostly a lot of traders seeing the news and then bailing. Next breakout or next ad spot would be a move at over $1. We're going to continue to play this one. All the indicators are still pretty much a go on this one. It was just a minor setback on Friday with the dilution, but again, the fact that they were able to raise cash with such a small discount in price is a pretty big positive, in my opinion. AAU, Almaden Minerals. This is a gold play. As I mentioned last couple of days with the dollar breakdown, we're going to be seeing a big move in commodities if this follows through. AAU, we've got a nice big symmetrical triangle here. We've got strong support at 55 cents. Breakout is a close above the 50-day moving average. That's at 70 cents. We've got 70, 71 cents. That's the downtrend line. And a break of this, and we see a pretty fast move to the 200-day moving average. That is at 86 cents. Chart looks pretty good in my opinion. Stochastics are starting to bounce. As you can see in on-bounce volume, we've got this big up and down move. So this stock likes to move on volume, and volume's starting to come in here. And this could be a very nice winner early in the week. BQI, Oil Sands Quest Inc. We've been in this one for a few days, waiting for a big breakout, another oil play. Big move on heavy volume on Friday. We were able to break both the 50-day and the 20-day exponential moving average. And the last time we were in that, as I mentioned before, the stock went from the 70s, went up about 75% for us. So we've got momentum in oil, the dollar breakdown, RSI about to break 50, positive ADX cross, stochastics triggering a buy signal here. Look at the on-bounce volume, looks really, really good here. This one could see a very nice move this week. When it breaks one, it should be a pretty fast race up here to the 115, 120 area. Another oil play we're in, EXXI, very nice rising wedge, bearish rising wedge we have in place here. Strong support at the 20-day. Again, this is one that can easily make a move on a dollar, especially with the oil momentum that's in play. Stochastics have retraced and are ready to bounce, and ADX is just extremely positive here. So this one could be a very nice mover this week as well. A couple of our laggard plays, IKAN, cash rich broadband play. The broadband stocks have been on fire. Nice little candle here on Friday after the retrace. We should see this one bounce back to the $60s this week. RSI has also held support. ADX remains strong. This one should be a nice mover. Here, I just pulled the chart out a little better here. We held support on Friday. This one should easily see the $1.50s early this week. I'd be surprised if it doesn't see $1.50 plus tomorrow. NXXI, Nutrition 21, again, nice action above the 200-day moving average. Nice pop on Friday. Let me pull this one out for a further view. Volume's been really good. Next target here is a move to 35 cents. So look at this nice volume on this one over the last few days. Again, the 20-cent stocks, they've been chasing them higher, 50, 75, 100%. There's not very many of these ones left, especially quality ones. So traders are likely to continue chasing these. TPTX, this is another biotech stock in the 20-cent area. We had a pullback from the 200-day moving average on Friday, but it was still trading in a pretty tight range. That the 24-cent print was one of those, a trader selling a couple of hundred shares on a 5-cent spread. So really, this low day print is kind of BS. Again, we're seeing a bunch of these turd biotechs explode. These ones with decent drugs, a good pipeline, and a nice chart should see just as high, if not higher, than these other stocks in the coming days. ROX, Castle Brand Booze stock, been in a 9-month trading range of 20 to 30 cents. Again, they've got cash. They're running garbage stocks right now. This is a quality stock. It's trading right between a tight band, and when this one breaks 30, it really could rocket. It's been a sleeper stock for 9 months, and in a market like this where penny stocks are exploding, this one should join in. TWER, Tower Stream, very nice chart set up here. Target on this one is a move at least to the 200-day moving average. That's at 97 cents. FTWR has been up massive over the last few days. Stochastics are triggering a buy signal. Every time we've seen stochastics come up through 20 on this one, it's had anywhere from a 30% to 50, 60% move. So the beginnings of this one are here, and we should be in for a big move this week. Quick mention on a possible short play. Department of Transportation is saying that they're pulling funding for fuel cell technology for cars, saying the technology is a little bit off. Obvious short candidate here is FCEL. Could see a pullback to the 280 area, so keep an eye on this one if you're looking for shorts this week. That's it for the video updates. See you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Goodbye.